Hey, it's John from A Bird's Mind podcast. What a game we witnessed on Sunday for the NFC Conference Championship game in Philly. The Eagles laid a smackdown on the Washington Commanders 55-23. Just to highlight some of the key components of how the game flowed, things that we saw ahead of the matchup that came to fruition, some that didn't. We saw a few new wrinkles in the Eagles offense. Uh, it was a great showing overall, though, as a team that was doubted nationally, but not locally. But Commanders kicked off the game with an 18-play drive. Dan Quinn opting to go for it on fourth down on two occasions, and converting those fourth downs and moving the sticks. I thought that was pretty scary, and I thought it was more or less things to come. But as we know, Vic Fangio, his defense to start games is more of a exploratory sample to see what you come out with and then how they clamp down and shut you down in the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Um, it took them 18 plays and they opted for 3 points. What happened when the Eagles got the ball? It took what took the Commanders 18 plays took the Eagles one play with a great play call at the line. Jalen saw that there was heavily man coverage on the second level. He changed the play call into something more favorable, and they called a fake jet sweep, crack toss left. Great play call. He had great down blocking by AJ Brown, great blocking by Jordan Mailata, and um, it was just awesome to see. You love to see that. You love to see those guys getting physical at the point of attack, and they clear the lane for Saquon. On the second level, he's just hard to tackle, and he put so many guys in the blender just to break that runoff. Right when they thought they had him dead to rights on the sideline, he one plant and he's back inside and gone. What a play! 60 yards, touchdown to make it a 7-3 game. The Commanders possessed the ball again, but on the ensuing possession, De'Ami Brown made a catch over the middle. Cooper DeJean has him stopped, and All-Pro first teamer Zach Bond peanut punches Cooper DeJean's arm into De'Ami Brown's, forces the fumble, and Reed Blankenship recovers. 2 or 3 plays later, Saquon goes in for his second rushing touchdown of the day to go up 14-3, and the rest is history. From that point, the Eagles forced 3 forced fumbles, recovered 3, and of course, the timely interception by Quinyon Mitchell, aka Quinyanimo Bay, on Scary Terry. It was poetic justice in that regard because in that Week 16 matchup, Scary Terry caught a nice fade ball on Quinyon, who kind of underestimated the route. But he got his. He got his when it mattered most. And shout out to him as a rookie, bouncing back, learning from those mistakes, and never let it happen again. That's the mantra he has, and it showed. It showed, definitely showed. The Eagles are plus 10 in the turnover differential. That is enormous. To go into a game knowing that your defense or your special teams can get the ball back to the offense or put you in a favorable field position game is one of the best things that you can have going into a game that you're trying to win and put this team away. You get the ball, you get the ball right back after being on offense. It's only a matter of time before you break it open again. So the Eagles are plus 20, have 20 turnovers in the last 6 games. credit to Coach Fangio, Coach Christian Parker, linebackers coach Bobby King from the Titans. Yo, those guys, that defense, that staff, they preach keeping everything in front of them. They constrict an offense. They're like boa constrictors. They suffocate you, they restrict you, and they punch the ball out. Can't ask for a better defensive mindset than that. Get the ball back for your offense. Let's get the ball right back. Ball security is the name of the game on all levels. On all levels. I teach that on offense days and defense days. Take care of the football. It's important. We received some great news heading into the Super Bowl matchup as Eagles legend Brandon Graham has his practice window open, meaning there's a great chance we see him in the Super Bowl. There's an even greater chance that we see him with a walk-off sack and an Eagles victory. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Let's go. Let's go. God is good, baby. God is good. But let's talk about this defensive line led by Coach Fangio. Man, they throw everything at you. Right when you think you have them figured out, no, you don't. Because you don't know if the defensive line and the ends are stunning. You don't know if the defensive tackles are stunning with themselves. They run a very unique scheme. You cannot. It causes fits for quarterbacks. It causes fits for quarterbacks. You never know what that defensive front's going to throw at you. And they are young. They're aggressive. They're hungry. They have a good rotation. Moro Jomo, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis. We cannot forget Jalen Carter. On the edges, you can't forget my boy Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat's one of those ones. My boy Nolan Smith come along just as I predicted, man. Sky's the limit for him. Sky is truly the limit. Bryce Huff got in there. He caused a few pressures. I want to see him get home though. No, he's recovering from an injury as well. And of course we got BG. My boy Jalen's Hunt out of Houston Baptist. That's my buddy, man. He's a Swiss Army knife. Fast, agile, raw, but truly athletic. Great at closing. Same with Nolan. Great at closing. Jaden Daniels had nowhere to go. We know that Jaden Daniels scrambles to his right 62% of the time, and Nolan Smith shut it down. You love to see that out of your edge guys. Heading into this Super Bowl, let that sink in. Heading into the Super Bowl, there's only one game left now. One game left. One. Got one game left. The biggest key to winning the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes versus the number one defense in the league, led by Vic Fangio. It's going to come down to getting stops. It's going to come down to limiting yards after catch and defeating short screens and misdirection dump offs and things of that nature. It's going to be the defense playing being sound technique wise, trusting what they see, not just settling for the person that they're covering. You never know. There's always layers with the Andy Reid offense. There's always layers. You always have to look for the misdirection or the delay. It's bound to happen. They really they throw a bunch of different things at you. Pat doesn't really have a number one. Truly. I mean, if you want, you can say Travis Kelce is the number one. But Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, Juju Schuster-Smith, even Noah Gray, and what's the other guy? Oh, Pacheco. You can't sleep on Pacheco. Can't sleep on Hunt. Can't sleep on Pacheco. You gotta They got to be on their P's and Q's on defense. That's gonna be the name of the game. That's where the game is gonna be won at, because I feel like the Eagles have a favorable matchup going against their defense. Chris Jones is good, and their edge guys are good. Nick Bolton's good. George Karlaftis, McDuffie, Reed. But there's a lot of big opportunities that can happen, that could come heading into it. And I feel like the Eagles with their run RPO, run first, play action, splash offense, they could give them fits. Truly give Coach Spagnuolo fits. It's gonna be a great matchup in that regard too. Eagles O line versus the Chiefs D line, neutralizing Chris Jones and Karlaftis. It's gonna be a tough one. Who's to say that Jalen won't be running for his life? Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson are both dinged up, but they played admirably. Admirably. They played so well. They played so well in that NFC Championship game. That's all you can ask for from your studs up front, man, who have played from preseason to now. Put those guys on ice. Let them get all the treatments they need to get their knee and their back right. And let's go. Let's go. Give our all, man. God is good, baby. Jesus, take the wheel. We gonna get it. I promise you. Um, yeah, man. And as always, go Birds.